All right, welcome to a special recruiting video we're going to do today for you. Today is a special day for Clemson fans. It's nice and sunny outside. You guys know what that means. Gavin, we have a huge announcement coming today, and we're going to talk a little bit about what this announcement is, what it means for Clemson, all that good stuff. 3 o'clock this afternoon, nation's top quarterback, DJ, is going to let the world know where he's going to play next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Clemson and Oregon and Mount Sac are the finalists. Obviously, it's going to be either Clemson or Oregon. We know it's going to be a sunny day. We believe it's going to be a sunny day in Tiger Town for the Tigers. Huge day. Obviously, he's the #1 ranked quarterback in the country, and not only the #1 ranked quarterback, but the #1 overall player according to Rivals. So it's a historic day in Clemson for sure.
Clemson has been able to pull top quarterback talent in over the last 5 or 6 years. You know, we saw the difference Deshaun Watson made. You know, Clemson's going to have a dynamic, incredible class with or without DJ, but DJ's the piece you need to win that national championship. We've seen that with Watson. We saw that with Trevor. We saw what didn't happen when we had Kelly.
Right, absolutely. I mean, like you said, this is a special class as it stands right now, but just the addition of DJ, he's the key. I mean, you need an elite level quarterback with the type of talent he has, and he's got that it factor that the Clemson coaches like to say that, you know, Trevor has, and so he's going to be a guy that is capable of leading Clemson with all the pieces that are around him in this class to another championship. He's got that potential. He's a generational type talent. I mean, he's just an elite arm, big, 6'4", 240 pounds. I mean, he can run. I mean, athleticism outside the pocket, can make all kind of plays. He's a special talent, and he's that, like you said, the key to the class and the key to helping Clemson continue to compete for championships in the coming years.
Well, and the good news is, for Clemson fans, this time next year, you're going to see DJ playing baseball at Clemson. He's planning to enroll in January. He's planning to play next season, baseball. So the baseball fans are going to get the first look at DJ. Obviously, he'll be going through spring practice, kind of doing the Kyle Parker thing, playing baseball, playing football at the same time. You know, Clemson knows how to do that. They've done that before with Kyle. So the first look we'll get at his athleticism is on the baseball field. But to me, DJ is almost he's got some of the best traits of Lawrence and some of the best traits of Watson. He's not either one of them, but he's a guy that can throw the ball incredibly well, probably throws better than Watson, and doesn't run quite as well as Watson, but runs better than Trevor.
Right.
Probably doesn't throw as well as Trevor either. So, you know, he's kind of a morph of those two, but he gives you what you need to keep winning those titles.
Absolutely, and this is a guy, just to throw out some of the numbers, he's past 2 years as a two-year starter, he's thrown for over 6,000 yards, 77 touchdowns. I mean, close to a 70% completion percentage. I mean, the numbers don't lie. This is a guy that's gonna be productive, and like you said, a perfect combo of Trevor and Deshaun, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch him. And as you said, on the mound too, Tiger fans are gonna get a great taste. The 95-mile-an-hour fastball coming off the mound. I mean, he's gonna be a big addition to that pitching staff as well.
And we know we need that. Anybody that's seen the last few weeks from the Clemson baseball team, you know, DJ camped here last summer. Came to the Dabo Swinney camp, and obviously built strong bonds there with Streeter and with Dabo and with the staff. And he and Breesy and a lot of these other guys, a lot of these 5-stars that are at the top of the composite rankings for the 2020 class, built this bond, and they've all kind of talked about playing together, and now we're kind of seeing that roll out.
Absolutely. It was funny at the spring game, as soon as DJ walked out of the tunnel and onto the field before the spring game started, all the commits made their way over to DJ and greeted him and showed him a lot of love, and I know he appreciated that. And just on Twitter, you've seen a bunch of guys recruiting him on Twitter. There's been graphics around DJ that some of the O-line commits have thrown out there, and they've done a great job of recruiting him and making him feel wanted, and I think that was a big part of going to be a big part of his decision. Why we believe he's going to choose Clemson is because of those relationships with the commits there, and he feels comfortable with not only the commits but the coaching staff as well.
Well, and we all know Dabo's rule: once you're committed, you're committed. He doesn't want you taking any other visits. You know, we basically, from what we know, DJ kind of committed to take that visit to Oregon. Right. He wanted to follow through with that commitment to them. So obviously, that may have a little something to do with the timing of his commitment coming out today. He was able to obviously visit Clemson for the spring game. We believe at that point everything was pretty much a a done deal, but he did want to go ahead and follow through with that commitment and take that trip to Oregon that he had promised the coaches there.
Absolutely, you can't blame him. He's doing his due diligence with the recruiting process and making sure that he's making the right choice. Because, like you said, Clemson would want him to do that. I mean, Dabo would want him to make sure and take the visits, and because once you're all in, you're all in. You're not going to commit to Clemson right after the spring game and then go visit Oregon. If you're going to visit Oregon, you're going to go visit them and wait until make that commitment. So. DJ, we believe he'll be all in today, and that'll be it, and that there'll be no more visits, and that's why he went ahead and did his due diligence and went to Oregon in late April for the spring game. For
the rest of the targets, I mean, if you're a target out there for Clemson, you've got DJ and Brian Breesy, basically two of the top 2 or 3 players in the entire class, recruiting you, saying, hey, come join us. And that's going to be a message that's going to resonate with a lot of the other 5 stars and a lot of the other top targets Clemson's after.
Absolutely. That carries a lot of weight when you've got the nation's #1 quarterback and the nation's #1 offensive player and the nation's #1 defensive player recruiting other players into the class, much like the 2018 class with Trevor Lawrence and Xavier Thomas. Both of those guys carried large voices when it came to recruiting for that class. And I think DJ, in some respects, will be even more vocal than Trevor was as far as recruiting for the Tigers.
And we've seen the Tigers go all over the map, but they're going all the way out to California. I mean, it would have been easy. There's some good programs out in California as well. Going out there and getting him and pulling him all the way to South Carolina, that's a heck of a feat for the coaching staff.
There was times when Clemson fans wondered if Clemson would be able to go out there and carry that big stick in California and get some of these elite level players, and they're obviously doing it with DJ, and then in the last cycle, Joe and Gata, too, the wide receiver. That's going to be special for Clemson. We saw him at the spring game, how good he looked there, and they were able to go there. And Jeff Scott last cycle was able to land him, and now to follow it up with DJ, that says a lot about the power of the Paw right now and where Clemson's program's at.
Well, Dabo's like to joke about, you don't see us having #1 recruiting classes, kind of playing that, well, we coach them up and we pick who we want. Yeah. Probably not going to be able to say that this year. Getting DJ on board is certainly going to put Clemson in a really good position to hopefully finish with that #1 class overall.
Sure. Already ranked #1 in the country, Clemson's 2020 class coming into today. You add DJ to that mix, and you're in contention for several other 5 stars as well. By the time this is all said and done, I mean, the 2018 class was certainly historic and broke a lot of Clemson records, but this class, like Dabo has always said, that, little old Clemson, we never signed the #1 class, but yet we still continue to win championships. But this year, it looks like come December, when the early signing period, he won't be able to say that anymore.
All right, we want to thank everybody for joining us. We just want to talk a little bit about this huge commitment. Unfortunately, it did not make the trip all the way out to California. I had a lot of people asking me that in the last week at the baseball game last night. Everybody said, hey, you going to fly out to California, Southern California for this big announcement. Didn't make that trip. We want to give you this special video. Hope all Clemson fans out there enjoy this historic day and celebrate a little bit this afternoon, because days like this don't come around too often. Thanks for joining us on the Clemson Insider. We'll have much more headed your way later today.